What's up YouTube, WK Team DKF. I'm going to present my hammer and nail deck using voiceover and images. Just a little something I'm trying, like I was talking about in the previous video, just developing your content. And I want to try new things and try editing and try my hand at various other techniques. So, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you appreciated the effort, or, give me a thumbs down if you thought it was a terrible idea. The only way I can get better at this is to keep practicing and just to keep putting things out there and just hope my subscribers enjoy it. Well, here's the deck, and leave feedback, and be sure to check out my blog at the conclusion of the video. Here are the monsters. There's 21. Blackluster Soldier, Chaos Sorcerer, Gores, 2 Breaker, 2 Spirit Reaper, Gale, Sanguine, 3 Max C, 2 Snowman Eater, 1 Debris Dragon, Effect Veiler, 2 Dimensional Alchemist, and 3 Thunder King Ryo. 11 spells, 2 Pot of Duality, 2 Smashing Ground, Dark Hole, Mind Control, Book of Moon, Heavy Storm, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, and Monster Reborn. 7 traps, Solemn Judgment, 2 Solemn Warning, Trap Death Shoot, Compulsory, Torrential Tribute, 2 Dimensional Prison, and Bottomless Trap Hole. Extra decks, starting with the XYZs, you have Utopia, Giga Brilliant, Zen Mains, Livier, Army Arm, Catastor, Orient Dragon, Brionac, Arcanine Magician, Black Rose Dragon, Gungnir, Armor Master, Stardust, Scrap Dragon, and Trishula. So basically what we have is an anti-meta chaos deck with a bunch of 1-for-1s and a few +1s. With the double dimensional prison, bottomless, compulsory, smashing ground, we can 1-for-1 our opponents. Sometimes you get the plus with compulsory if you bounce an XYZ or a synchro monster. And then Gale is usually a +1 if he takes down a synchro or an XYZ monster. You'll take it out and he still stays on the field for the +1. Breaker can be a +1, or he can just be a simple 1-for-1 when they're staring down a bottomless trap hole, or your opponent has a face down solemn warning. They have to think, can I deal with the 1600 attack body, or do I just warning it and not deal with it? And Breaker forces that right away. And then with the increased play of Spirit Reaper, Snowman Eater is like a great out to that. Plus, he takes down Thunder King and lives. So he provides another really great +1 against the meta right now. What can I say? I like Chaos decks. And what I've done here is taken some of the most solid and easily accessible light monsters and solid and easy accessible dark monsters, put them into one deck along with Blackluster Soldier and Chaos Sorcerer, and I think I produced a really solid build. Now, I don't have the deck thinning and the speed that I'd want, otherwise I'd run a second Chaos Sorcerer, but as you can see I don't run tour guides in this, so a second Chaos Sorcerer would be kind of hard to justify, and that's okay. The monsters are solid on their own, and I make up for it with a lot of 1-for-1 removal. And I think that if you try this out for yourself, you could find a lot of success in this build. Before I go on, I gotta mention some of the issues with Dimensional Alchemist. And I laugh every time someone calls this a children's card game. How do you expect a child to know and recognize and understand timing issues? A lot of them are so convoluted, and you just ask yourself why. I'm not sure on all of them, just a few things that I've either been told or I'm already aware. I know that if you attack Raikou with your Dimensional Alchemist, at the time that Dimensional Alchemist is destroyed, he will miss his timing because Raikou still has to mill. So, as you can see along the bottom, fail. If you summon Dimensional Alchemist and attempt to claim priority, and then Torrential is activated, it's not the last thing that happened. The last thing that happened is the resolution of Alchemist's first effect to banish the top card, so that will fail. And I'm pretty sure, someone can correct me, and please do in the comment bar, if Alchemist is torrential with a Sanguine or a Goblin Zombie or something with a mandatory effect, I think he'll miss his timing because his effect is not the last thing to happen. The mandatory effect to go on the chain link first, then his effect to go on chain link 2. So his effect attempt to resolve, but it can't because Sanguine's on the chain, or or is it that there are two separate chains? I don't know. I'm not sure. Again, this is why I question the notion that this is a children's card game. So I call these my anti-derp cards, basically my tech picks of the deck. Maxi, it shuts down a lot of your opponent's derp, or at least forces them to think twice. They go Tour Guide, Sarco, Rescue Rabbit. You throw down a Maxi and they have to think again. Effect Veiler, some people just don't like Effect Veiler anymore. They feel that Maxi does everything that Effect Veiler does, but it's not a neg 1. Well, Maxi won't stop an on-field Blackluster Soldier. It won't stop an on-field Bryonac or on-field Scrap Dragon from doing their thing. It won't stop the Dark Worlds from going off with Morphin Jar or what have you. It's just Maxi is just still too good. Plus, it's a light monster and a tuner. And when I desperately need it, I can just use it as a tuner in many cases. And then finally, Snowman Eater. Like I said, it stands up to Thunder King. It takes down all the 1900 attack dinos. It can burn a Tengu. Tengu runs into it thinking it's some random floater, and they lose 200 and they've wasted a Tengu. Um, Takes down people stalling behind Reapers. They summon Lagia and attack into it. It takes that down. If they refuse to attack into it, you can flip summon it, and now your opponent either has to negate the summon with Lagia's effect, or they have to use their warning. And I just feel that those are really good trade-offs, and that's what these cards provide, really good trade-offs. So this last tech pick I included because I only have two boss monsters, Blackluster Soldier and one Chaos Sorcerer. And this led me to include Debris Dragon. Debris Dragon gives me access to some really good synchros and to some really sick wombo combos. Um, Imagine you have a Spirit Reaper that's on the field. Your opponent couldn't kill it, and they're sitting on a Thunder King or a Tengu. You have Snowman Eater and Grave. Summon Debris Dragon, and ask for a response. And if they don't have the Max C, or if they don't have the Effect Veiler, oh my God, you retrieve your rank, you retrieve your level 3, mind control their Thunder King or their Tengu, overlay for rank 4, and then overlay for rank 3, and just go to town. Um, let's say you have a Reaper or you have a Snowman Eater on field already, and you have Maxi and Grave. Summon Debris Dragon, get back the Maxi. You can either go for Orient Dragon and poke with the Reaper. You can go for a Trishula. Those plays are just so amazing. Um, let's say you summon Chaos Sorcerer and they Veiler the effect. Summon Debris Dragon, get back your Veiler that's in a graveyard. Go on Arcanite Magician. If you already have the Arcanite Magician on the field, summon Debris Dragon, go on to Scrap Dragon. It just allows for a lot of level tuning, level changing, just so many plays. And I felt that Debris Dragon, even though it does get hurt by Max C, but on those occasions when they don't have it, I just felt that it provided me another solid push, sort of a pseudo boss monster, and I felt it was just too good not to run. Last thing I want to touch on is the specialized extra deck that I'm running. The four monsters in particular in my extra deck: Gungnir, Armor Master, Arcanite Magician, and number 20 Giga Brilliant. Snowman Eater and Debris Dragon lets me make Gungnir. Effect Veiler and Brownic lets me make Gungnir. I can go into Armor Master with Gale in any level 4. Arcanite Magician, I can go Gale and Breaker. I can go Effect Veiler and Chaos Sorcerer. And then finally, with Giga Brilliant, there was a lot of times where I'd have a Snowman Eater and Spirit Reaper on the field, and I could easily go into Lever or number 17 or Zenmaines, but if I don't have a light, it's just a matter of overlaying and going to Giga Brilliant, and then when Giga Brilliant dies, there's my light, and Reaper gets into the graveyard, either through the effect of Giga Brilliant or just when it dies, and then I have my light and dark instantly for Chaos Sorcerer and Blackluster Soldier. Another thing I like about Giga Brilliant is that he pumps all of your monsters that are on the field at the time he activates his effect, so I can turn him into a 21. If I have Thunder King on the field already, he becomes a 22. I've had my Blackluster Soldier at a 33, and I was able to run over a Hyperion when he had Gachi Gachi on the field, so it was pretty sexy. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope that you like the deck. I've just been tooling around with my hammer and nail deck constantly and updating it and just testing against all the best decks in the meta. This is the build that I'm really satisfied with. I'll continue tweaking, but as it stands, I think this is the best version yet. I encourage you guys to build the deck for yourself, maybe on Dueling Network or in real life, and test it out for yourself. Leave me feedback about how it works for you, if there are any changes you made. Maybe I can incorporate those in another video. In the meantime, this is WK Dad, Team DKF, and I'm out.